Okay, Jez, let's switch gears now and focus on the third place match in this World Cup tournament, Croatia against Morocco. Nick, I'm kind of focusing on what this means, big picture, for both of these teams. I mean, Zlatko Dalic's Croatia, they were outclassed by Argentina, but no disgrace in that, just came up short. But they overachieved, so did Morocco, and again, just came up short against the reigning World Cup champs, France, but no shame in that whatsoever. And both these teams can feel very confident and just very pleased with themselves going into this game. But I think this is all about Morocco, right? In fact, that they're the first African team to reach the semi-finals in World Cup history. And if they could finish in third place, that would just be another big moment for them and just create even more positive vibes around them. And they were unlucky against France to get knocked out at the semi-final round, but just kind of everything caught up with them, right? And they looked a little bit jaded. But again, both these teams, weaker squads compared to the powerhouses of Argentina and France. And you just got to give them a huge pat on the back for reaching it this far.
Yeah, I think you're looking at a couple of teams who will do well just to go out there and enjoy the moment. And I know that sounds silly, but that's when I tune in. That's what I'm going to be watching. I'm going to let's go get some guys some World Cup goals, right? Some guys who don't have one. The people who want to put minutes on their resume, so to speak. I think nobody wants to reach the third place game for the purposes of not being in the final. But going out there and being a showcase and being we got here. And as long as it's not 5-0 one way, and it won't be, because I think Morocco, they're going to have, I probably would have favored them to win this match if they weren't on 24 hours less rest for these legs that have been through so much over the last few weeks. So, and Croatia, apparently, from what we've seen out of Modric and his friends and Perisic, they could play every day for 50 days and still look almost exactly the same. It's remarkable what they're doing. So I think we'll have a great game. I just think as long as everybody's able to kind of rally and realize, no, we didn't hit the ultimate goal, but look what we did. It should be a beauty.
Oh, it should be celebrated, right, Andy, what both these teams did. And I think for Croatia, obviously finished third in 98. They were runners-up last time out. And we talked before about their incredible achievement, the 6 World Cups, and they've been to at least the semi-final in 3 of those tournaments. Just amazing underdog story from them. But I mean, is there any kind of favorite for you? Do you want to see Morocco win it because of the crazy tournament they've had, or Croatia for Modric, Perisic, Lovren, all the veterans they have there that have been there for so long? I mean, it does mean something to finish third in this World Cup and just to have, some kind of reward, extra reward at the end of it. But when all is said and done, both these teams, like we said, they've achieved so much more than we all thought they would do at this tournament.
Yeah, this is kind of the perfect setup for a third place game, isn't it? 2 teams that are not gonna take it for granted. 2 teams that are not gonna say, "Oh, we don't care if we finish third or if we finish fourth." For nations and national teams with the size and just the overall history of these 2 teams, finishing third place rather than finishing fourth place is a massive deal. There is a third place medal for that. And that is something that if you are a Croatian player on this team, if you are a Moroccan player on this team, you will have for the rest of your entire life. And there will be 26 of those players that will have those. Like it is a truly special thing, I think, when you get some of these, and no disrespect, but some of these smaller national teams, they get an opportunity in games like this. We don't want to see, just throw out a Germany, a team like that, just throw out their backups because they don't care. That's not the spectacle that we're going to see when these 2 face off this weekend. So I'm actually quite excited for this one. And I would imagine that we see a lot of the same names that we have, again, because it does mean a lot to both.
Yeah, Nick, it's interesting you said about like padding the stats a little bit, getting some goals, getting some assists, having good fun. And Andy mentioned there, this is the perfect scenario for us as sort of neutrals. And I think just every fan, right, will just be enjoying watching these players who have excelled for Morocco or the veterans, the superstars for Croatia. And when we think about that, obviously the mind switches to Luka Modric straight away. And he's come out and said, I'm going to keep playing for Croatia, but it's probably not going to be at another World Cup, right? He's probably not going to be around in 2026 playing for Croatia. So this could be his final World Cup game. And I guess maybe just the word on his impact and how close he's managed to drag Croatia. And I think he has dragged them. Even in the loss to Argentina, he was the one Croatia player, along with Kovacic, I thought really showed drive and quality and belief that they could win that game, even when they look, totally beaten by Argentina. So his legacy will live long after this tournament or recent tournaments where he's helped Croatia so much. But it'll be fun to see him go one last time at a World Cup if it is his last dance, right?
It will. I mean, he's the same age as Ronaldo, and it feels like somehow he's still 10 years older than that. There was a great meme going around. It was a picture of a guy with a let's call it a smoking device inside the stadium, and he looked to be in his 50s. And somebody said, "This is actually from the future. It's Modric in 10 years taking a penalty at like the 2030 World Cup." And if you want to realize how good this guy has been for so long, all you have to do is Google Modric Tottenham. And it shows up with a jersey, a Puma jersey with a sponsor that's, you don't even remember they had on it. That's how long ago that was. And he's been a remarkable player. And he'll be known for me. The trivia question for me will always be the guy who broke the Ballon d'Or streak. That seemed to be probably going to last another 5 years. And a remarkable player. And if it wasn't for this generation, you'd have to think who else is in the discussion for their national team from our generation as out and out the guy?
Absolutely. And Andy, I know you're a huge Modric fan from his time at Tottenham, the team you support, and he's just a magician, right? Like Nick mentioned it there. He's such a talisman for that team, and just it's going to be sad to see him sort of leave the World Cup stage, but he's given us so much, and he's just a joy to watch, isn't he? Every single time, so consistent, just oozes class, I guess. So a final word on Luka Modric for Croatia.
Yeah, real simply, he's one man out there on the field, but when he's on the field, and especially when he's on the ball, it feels like he's controlling all other 21 players as well. And there are very, very few players in the history of the game that have that kind of that gravitational pull and just that influence on the game, their team, the other team. He just maestro. He is just directing everybody from both sides where exactly he wants them, where he needs them, putting the ball on the right side of the player who's receiving it. Just every little tiny detail that could exist in being that playmaking and connecting midfielder. He is just absolutely perfected. And to Nick's point, done it for such an incredibly long time. All the Champions League trophies, a World Cup semifinal, a World Cup third place potential medal. It's just an absolutely legendary career. And, it'll be sad to see Croatia at a World Cup without him in 4 years' time, assuming that they get there.
Absolutely. But we'll enjoy seeing them one more time as they take on Morocco. Morocco are patching up some of their injured players. Obviously, that impacted them hard in the semi-final against France. But both Croatia and Morocco can hold their heads extremely high as they go into the third place match. And over at Pro Soccer Talk on NBCSports.com, we'll keep you updated with all the latest team news, preview information, how to watch info, and then reaction and analysis as well as we get down to handing out that bronze medal to the third place team in the World Cup. And, I don't know if this is possible, but I would try and share it between those teams. I think they both deserve it for everything they've given this tournament, but someone's got to win it. Someone's got to have that. And I think we're going to see quite the game between Croatia and Morocco, and it's going to go all out. So it's going to be a lot of fun for us to witness.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host for NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch more videos all season long. For even more Premier League content, from original series to live matches, head over to Peacock and be sure to tune in for Premier League mornings every weekend on USA Network and on Peacock. We will see you over there.